Welcome back to TCC Cars. I'm Brian.
And I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited. Well, me too, because we've got behind us what I like to call a very good car, simply put. But on top of that, Craig, it's a fun one. This is the 2025 Civic Si. And I know your Honda geeks are out there going, oh man, that's 5 horsepower than last year's. Oh man, the adaptive dampers are gone. Oh man, it's a little bit longer than the old one. Okay, I hear you. I get all that. But this is nice enough an adult can drive it. Just gonna put it out there. Previous gen looked like a ninja anime cartoon, just unhinged, which for some that's super cool, but I need to go to work and be taken seriously. This is the kind of car you can show up to any office and no one's gonna look down on you and be like, what's this kid doing, right? Pretty cool, I like it a lot. So this actually has like a gray pearl. I'm not sure if it's gonna come out on screen or not. This is the only option in this car is the paint. There is gold metallic flake under here. It's a good paint job. It's got some depth to it. Very Mazda-esque in how good it is. That's high praise. On top of that, this thing after destination comes out to $31,800. That's a lot of car for the money. So let's show you what you get with it, Craig. So up front, you get an updated face. You get SI badging because that's the most important part here. You also don't get, Craig, fog lights.
What?
Kind of a bummer I miss the fog lights, but you do get good headlights, a good lighting package.
Fog lights on. You see, so that's the clear. Look how bright that is compared to the OEM. It's been a minute since we've done an update on our long-term Gary. Yes, one of the fan favorites out there, the 2011 Mazda 2. You might be wondering why do we care about a 2011 Mazda 2? That's because Last Fit has stepped up their game again, and they do liners, but they also do lighting. You've seen on Brian's Land Rover, they also do it for older cars like my little Mazda. And I love it that it's any make and model, the newer stuff, the older stuff, they've got you covered. So one of the things we're gonna mess with is the LED lighting switchback. These are the fog lights, so you switch it, they go from amber to clear. And then we got actual headlights here. We're gonna open that up here in a minute. And then we also have some marker lights here. I gotta figure out what these are. I don't know if these are backup lights or tail lights. It's probably one of the two, or maybe both. We got the first one in. I kind of want to interrupt here before we show it out in the dark again, up against the garage. Here's the old fog light that we've had in there actually for 272,000 miles. So Mazda, you picked a good bulb. That's good. So you can see how it compares to this one though. It's really interesting. You see back here, well, you can tell right there, but there's a fan that actually, this gets hot, so this keeps it cool. This cooling fins, you can hear a little fan whirling. It's pretty cool. This hooks up and it's got a nice thread so it actually stays secure. We're going to have to find a spot to actually mount this to the frame or some stuff underneath there so it doesn't rattle around, but that worked pretty good. The only thing I will tell you is that there was not an up or a down. We just plugged it in one way, then tried it the other way. Worked no problem. All right, we got the headlights installed and the other fog light. I'm just going to show you a quick preview real quick, then we'll take it outside and so you can see it in the dark. But so far, I mean, that's pretty bright. Again, they still switch back. And then high beams we'll show in a minute outside. Pretty excited. Let's go see what it looks like after dark.
And a good overall looking face. It's not too kiddish. Come around, it's mature. Now you do have the option for a high performance tire, which this car does not have on it. And the standard tire is a Goodyear Eagle F1, according to the Monroney at least in this car. And the wheel actually says SI on it, and one of my Honda boys saw that and was very pleased to see that. It says it on the wheel. 235, 4018, pretty common size for the sport compact world. Definitely had that size on my Velociter in as well. So pretty common size, lot to go there. But coming out visually, it's just a good monochromatic package. I like it a lot. Out back, you've lost the lobster claw taillight silhouette and you've gone to a more adult looking taillight. I'm down with it as well. You get the Honda C badging right here. And you also get Honda, the Power of Dreams. That's a good license plate frame. Man, that's pretty sick. Down below, you don't have a triple exhaust tip like the old one did. You have a dual. That's it. The old one had a weird looking third pipe in the middle. It's pretty interesting. Might be a problem with the wind, Craig, but let's get this thing cranked to see what it sounds like. You think it might come out?
Let's try it.
Right here. Okay, I don't know about out here, but up front it sounded pretty good. I had the augmented sound turned off, and I heard a little bit of VTEC and a little bit of from the turbo. What about out here?
It sounded not bad.
Okay, let's check it out under the hood. Okay, popping the hood, it is light, but it is not dampened. Luckily, there's a prop rod right here. For us complainers on YouTube, we're covered. Now, under the hood, you'll see under hood dampener, something that Toyota doesn't do on some of the more expensive products. I'm glad this has it. It is very, very refined. It's smooth. It's quiet and it gives you the fun you want and none of the harshness to go with it. This motor, same motor as last time. 1.5 liter, good for 200 horsepower, down from 205 from last year, and 192 foot-pounds of torque. The reason it's down 5 horsepower is they've moved the peak torque number from 2300 RPM to 1900 RPM, so you've gained, you know, torque earlier. But I will say in driving this, it doesn't run out up top like some Mazda turbos do. It never gives up, and they've done a really good job with that. I like that a lot. Not much else to go on here other than it's paired with a 6-speed manual.
The most important part.
Most important part, and a limited slip differential, which works very good. We'll talk about handling more on the drive in a second, but they've got a lot of things sorted out here. Let's check out the interior with Craig. Whoa, hey.
One of the things I do like, it gives you the service mode.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Like an old Mercedes. I kind of like that. That's cool. I wish more brands did that.
Yeah.
All right.
Couldn't agree with Brian more. The looks are nailed. But let's get into the interior. Let's check out the trunk here. First off, we get an actual release button.
That's nice.
There are cars these days that they're just eliminating that button, kind of like your iPhone. So I like that this still has that, and I like this little spoiler. It looks good. But look, Brian, it's just the theme of this car is it does car things really well. This has a big, expansive trunk. You pull these levers, and the back seats can go down, and they actually split.
That's
so
nice.
Sometimes you need it split, because you still need someone to sit there. That happens a lot of times, more than you think. Yep. Let's check it on, see if we have an actual spare. And we don't know. We're doing this live.
Oh.
Okay, to the front. All right, we get in and let's pop this seat back into place, and look, that's just everything works really well here. Let's check out the door first. No padded door seal, but you're not going to put your arm there anyways. The door pull itself is padded, and it's a good spot for your phone. That does work in a bottle holder inside the door, even though this isn't that big of a door. That's pretty nice. Okay, I'm sitting behind myself. I have the seat pretty far forward because I'm 5'9" and got short legs, and which means there's plenty of room sitting behind myself.
That's pretty nice.
So that's actually pretty nice. This is pretty roomy. I'm not hitting my head, which is good, even though there's a sunroof. We'll get more on that in a second. This flop's kind of down on the bottom. I wish it would kind of stay here, but it's okay. But you get more cup holders. I do like that. Mat pocket back here. No rear AC. Simplicity is the name of the game here. But you know what? You get more than a Toyota Tacoma. You get 4 of these.
Oh!
All right, Brian, get in and see if you fit.
All right, hold on. I'm sitting by myself, and the reason why the seat's that far back is for headroom purposes. The passenger seat doesn't go as low as the driver's seat. While I'm in the driver's seat, it's not leaned back as much. So, wish me luck. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I made
He's
it.
in.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay. Maybe you should sit behind me. Well, okay. Lesson to people that are thinking about getting the Civic. If you're 6'4" or 6'5", do not sit behind yourself. Not that you ever would.
But I will say, if you move the seats a little bit, and I'm still hitting my head. But it drives really good, and I can just drive the car. So let's go front.
To the front. All right, let's check out the front. This is what really matters. We do get a, no, not a padded door sill. Door pull is the same as the back, and you get a spot for your phone or Brian's wallet, and bottle holders, which we actually have some in those up there, which works quite well. Let's get in this bad boy and check out the goods.
Red seats, hold on, red seats up front like the Type R.
Yes.
Not in the back, and then the door insert matches the front. Piano black with the original.
Yeah, I do like that. We're not fans of piano black, but you know, whatever. This seat is, I will tell you, is very supportive. In fact, it supports the end of the legs. Usually seats aren't long enough. Yeah. This seat is long enough. Almost too long. I wish I could adjust it a little bit like a BMW, but you know what though? After driving it for like more than 1 minute, you're completely fine with it. Yeah. This is a good seat. This one does raise and lower with a little pump, little manual pump over here, which works. You can't do it on that side, as Brian mentioned previously. But this is a good spot to be. This is a very mature Honda themed interior, which are they started in the Accord and they're kind of expanding to everywhere else. Look, this Honda branded interior looks like the HRV, the Pilot, the Passport. Looks like everything now, which is fine. It's not necessarily a bad thing.
I like it.
It works. But let's start this bad boy up and let's show the people what we've got. We've got a nice start button here, which looks kind of cool. You know, I remember when that came out in the Honda S2000.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, we thought that was the coolest thing in the world. No,
that's because it was.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and then every other car in the world had an aftermarket version of it, which is pointless. So, but this one has, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I just remember it starting in a Honda. So, but nice gauge cluster. This again, kind of getting the corporate gauge cluster here. No penalties. This is the same, actually the same as the Type R.
Yep. Yeah,
and
shift light and everything.
Looks really good. The shift light's pretty cool. We'll get footage of that. Maybe throw that in here. You don't get a whole lot going on down here, which is fine. You don't need a whole lot. You can adjust the instrument cluster dimming, which I do like because you can't do that easy in a lot of modern cars these days. Steering wheel, Brian, I'm just going to point it out. This comes plenty far in and out. I like that a lot. That's very handy, the telescoping feature. You don't get dual zone climate control, but you do get automatic climate control. So you just kind of put it on auto, set it to the temperature you want, and it's the same for both zones, which I'm completely fine with that.
That's fine. There's a way to make up for that too. It's that thing in the middle of it just kind of makes everything okay.
Oh yeah, that's going to solve all any negative we have with this car. This basically makes it all okay, because really, who cares about any of the other stuff? This is all that matters. Drive mode, very simple here. Normal, sport, or make it your own. So you can actually press and hold, and you can change some of the options here. This screen right here is nothing to write home about, but there's nothing to complain about. So that's all that really matters. It's kind of got a good anti-glare, and it works really simply and well. You can configure some things, and you still get a volume knob. No tuning knob, but at least it gives you that.
They learned their lesson with the volume knob.
They really have. Nothing else really matters. All we care about is the manual. Let's go play with the manual. All right, Brian, we're in the Civic Si, not the Type R, but we got a manual, and it's got 200 ponies.
200 ponies.
And a 1.5 liter.
1.5 liter.
Let her eat. Oh, okay. Limited slip.
Doing its work. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you this from the butt down over.
Hold on. What we get?
7.81. I told you before I looked at this, I hope it cracks 7, because the butt down feels like it might not.
Right.
I'll say this though, 3 shifts before you get to 60, that's just fun getting there.
No, that was a choice too.
Oh, okay.
So they could, I'm saying as a consumer, I think they could have made that happen in 2 shifts.
Yes.
And gotten a better number.
Yeah.
It's more fun to shift twice.
That's what I'm saying. I completely agree. Completely agree with you.
Right.
So,
which is why it didn't break 7 seconds without you in the car.
Oh no! Come on, it's an SI.
I know. I did 4 runs using different methods every time. Okay.
Sport mode, or
right. The last method was traction off, sport mode, and getting the clutch just right on launch. Scrubbing a little clutch and a little tire. 7.10. So that's the best we can get out of it. It's a big car for its size, for its class. It's huge in here.
The original Accord was smaller than this.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so there's all that, and it's genuinely fun to drive. But it is not fast. I've been saying this I've had it most of the week, and I've owned a Veloster in before. We've had a lot of time in all these cars.
Sam, our correspondent Sam, has had the previous gen Civic Si.
He's owned the previous SI. Correspondent Sam.
Yep.
This is not fast. Neither was the old SI. Neither is a Veloster in all fairness, but they're not the same class. I think you get to the Elantra N, Veloster N, they're like just under Type R.
Yeah.
And this is not meant to compete with that.
No.
So it isn't. That's what's happening.
It's not.
So it's not competitive in a straight line. That being said, you're about to go somewhere with MPG.
This thing gets 37 highway.
That's bananas.
It's not the fastest, but it's not the slowest.
Nope.
It's very engaging.
Very.
And you still get 37 miles per gallon. And, Brian, it does car things.
Okay, that's where I was going
really well.
I was going to land on that. I'm actually very happy with this.
Yeah.
As a daily, this is a great daily because it's a good car. And where the Civic Type R lets us down in ride quality, harshness, and just general highway noise on our style roads around here, it's unownable for me as a daily.
Yeah.
This is. It rides good enough. It's quiet on the highway. This and the Elantra stuff like trade punches and quietness. It's great. And kids fit in the back with no complaints. Adults fit in the back.
I can't believe Honda's still making this car with a manual.
Right. Me too.
And I'm just so glad they're doing a sedan still in this segment and a manual. That's unbelievable.
So as it turns out, Craig, cars are still awesome even though no one buys them.
Yeah.
Sedans are very, very capable even though everyone wants a crossover.
Yeah.
Manuals, while they're not as fast as some autos these days, are still incredibly engaging, especially this 6-speed. Best front drive transmission on the market, no question about it. It just needs another 50 horsepower if it was going to be serious, but it's not trying to be. It's trying to be good. And
the Type R is serious, and it's too serious. So
exactly.
This is the Goldilocks. The porridge is just right.
It's just right. I like it. I would own it, and that's high praise from me.
Yeah.
So, that said, anything else?
That's it. Thanks for watching. Be sure to stay tuned for our next TTC Cars episode.
Yep.
We got more coming that way, and we got lots of auto shows coming up, so lots of goodies coming.
We do.
Thanks for watching.
And good job, Honda. This car's awesome.